None of the soldiers opted out, including many Sikh officers, junior commissioned officers, and other ranks. Using a public address system, the army repeatedly demanded the militants to surrender, asking them to at least allow pilgrims to leave the temple premises before commencing battle. So once again, this is part 5 of the ongoing series, Khalistan Explained. We hope you enjoy this, and don't forget to take a moment to visit www.propicscanada.com. We do rely on generous donations by our listeners to help us to continue bringing stories of international importance to the internet and to continue reporting on these things, to educate and encourage conversations. We do not do this to support one side of the dispute or the issue. We want to be fair and just bring the truth from both sides. If you have comments, we ask that you please feel free to leave them below, but that they are respectful and that they're of a conversational point, not just encouraging hatred towards each side. We want everyone to be respected here. Once again, if you are able to make a small contribution, that helps, and it also assists with travels overseas to bring video and other stories to the world. And at this point, we would love to travel to India and other regions of the world to further explore Khalistan debate from an international perspective, and for those people that are in the regions and on both sides of it. So we appreciate your support. So let's continue on here. Nothing happened until 7 p.m. IST time. The army, equipped with tanks and heavy artillery, had grossly underestimated the firepower possessed by the militants, who attacked with anti-tank and machine gun fire from the heavily fortified Akaltak, and who possessed Chinese-made rocket-propelled grenade launchers with armor-piercing capabilities. After a 24-hour shootout, the army finally wrested control of the temple complex. Brendewell was killed in the operation, while many of his followers managed to escape. Army casualty figures counted 83 dead and 249 injured, although Rajiv Ghandi would later admit that over 700 Indian soldiers died. According to the official estimate presented by the Indian government, the event resulted in a combined total of 493 militant and civilian casualties, as well as the apprehension of 1,592 individuals. Independent estimates say over 5,000 civilians and only 200 militants. So there is quite a varying number depending on which numbers you look at. The UK Foreign Secretary, William Hague, attributed the high civilian casualties to the Indian government's attempt at a full frontal assault on the militants, diverging from the recommendations provided by the UK military. Opponents of Ghandi also criticized the operation for its excessive use of force. Lieutenant General Brar later stated that the government had no other recourse due to a complete breakdown of the situation. State machinery was under militants' control. Declaration of Khalistan was imminent, and Pakistan would have come into the picture declaring its support for Khalistan. Nonetheless, the operation did not crush the Khalistani militancy as it continued. According to the Mitrokin Archive, in 1982, the Soviets used a recruit in the New Delhi residency named Agent S, who was close to Indira Gandhi, as a major channel for providing her disinformation regarding Khalistan. Agent S provided Indira Gandhi with false documents purporting to show Pakistani involvement to create religious disturbances and allegedly initiate a Khalistan conspiracy. After Rajiv Gandhi's visit to Moscow in 1983, the Soviets persuaded him that the U.S. was engaged in a secret support for the Sikhs. In 1984, according to Mitrokhin, the disinformation the Soviets provided had influenced Indira Gandhi to pursue Operation Blue Star. On the morning of October the 31st in 1984, Indira Gandhi was assassinated in New Delhi by her two personal security guards, Satwant Singh and Beant Singh, both Sikhs, in retaliation for Operation Blue Star. The assassination triggered the 1984 anti-Sikh riots across North India. While the ruling party, the Indian National Congress, or INC, maintained that the violence was due to spontaneous riots, its critics have alleged that the INC members themselves had planned a pogrom against the Sikhs. The Nanavati Commission, a special commission created to investigate the riots, concluded that the INC leaders, including Jagdish Tytler, H.K.L. Bhagat, and Sajan Kumar, had directly or indirectly taken a role in the rioting incidents. Union Minister Kamal Nath was accused of leading riots near Rakabganj, but was cleared due to a lack of evidence. Other political parties strongly condemned the riots. Two major civil liberties organizations issued a joint report on the anti-Sikh riots, naming 16 significant politicians, 13 police officers, and 198 others, accused by survivors and eyewitnesses. So we'll break this section or this episode, and then we'll come back and we'll take a look at the situation from 1985 to the present day. Once again, we encourage you to support ProPix Canada Media at www.propicscanada.com. If you have information after listening to the entirety of the series, or you wish to suggest other areas or other events that you would like us to report on and bring the information to the general public, please feel free to add in the comment section. We always appreciate your comments, and again, remind you to please keep it respectful on both sides. Effective journalism instills and initiates conversations from both sides and is aimed at educating people. So please take time to leave your comments, but keep them respectful. Thank you again, and we'll see you, or you'll hear us in the next episode. Thank you again for listening.